August 6, 1945, a single American B-29 bomber, the Enola Gay, soars through the clear morning sky over Hiroshima, Japan. On the ground, the city is just beginning its day. Then, at 8:15 a.m., a flash of light brighter than 1,000 suns, followed by a deafening roar. In an instant, a city of over 300,000 people is transformed into a landscape of unimaginable destruction. 3 days later, the same horrifying scene repeats over the city of Nagasaki. The world had just entered the atomic age, but at a cost that still haunts us today. For decades, the official story was clear. The atomic bombs were the necessary evil that ended World War II and saved countless American lives that would have been lost in a full-scale invasion of Japan. President Truman himself said he never lost a night's sleep over the decision. The logic seemed straightforward: end the war quickly, prevent more bloodshed. But is the story really that simple? Let's travel back to the summer of 1945. The war in Europe was over, but the conflict in the Pacific raged on. Japan's military leadership was fiercely determined, promising to fight to the very last person. The battles of Iwo Jima and Okinawa had shown the brutal cost of fighting the Japanese on their home turf. American casualties were staggering. From this perspective, a weapon that could force an immediate surrender without a single American soldier setting foot on the mainland seemed like a miracle. But that's only one side of the coin. What many people don't realize is that another superpower was about to change the game entirely. On August 9th, the same day Nagasaki was bombed, the Soviet Union declared war on Japan and launched a massive invasion of Manchuria, crushing Japan's elite Kwantung army. Some historians argue this event was the real shock that forced Japan's surrender. The Japanese leadership had been hoping the Soviets might mediate a peace deal. With the Red Army now advancing, that hope was gone. They were facing a two-front war against the world's most powerful nations. Was it the bomb, or was it the Soviets that truly broke their will to fight? This brings us to the most difficult question of all, the moral one. The targets, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, were cities filled with men, women, and children. Tens of thousands of civilians were killed instantly. Many more would die in the following weeks, months, and years from radiation sickness and horrific burns. Was it morally justifiable to use a weapon of such indiscriminate power on civilian populations? Military leaders at the time debated this very point. Some, like General Dwight D. Eisenhower, later said he believed Japan was already defeated and that dropping the bomb was completely unnecessary. Others argued that in total war, the distinction between civilian and military blurs, especially when the entire nation was mobilized for the war effort. So where does that leave us? Was the bombing a military necessity that saved lives, or a political move to intimidate the Soviet Union and demonstrate American power in the new post-war world? Was it a tragic but unavoidable final act of a brutal war, or a war crime of unprecedented scale? The truth is, there is no easy answer. The decision was made in a fog of war, with incomplete information and immense pressure. The consequences of that decision have shaped our world ever since, serving as a constant, terrifying reminder of humanity's capacity for both innovation and destruction. What do you think? The debate continues, and perhaps it should. Thank you for watching.